Hello, namaste, namaskar, good afternoon, good morning, or maybe even good evening, in whichever part of the world you are joining us from. My name is Deepak R. Khemani, and I am one of the co founders of Bloom. It gives me immense pleasure to invite and welcome all of you to this 254th non-stop Sunday Bloom Talk Show. What started as getting together people in the pandemic, learning from them, getting some experts, knowledgeable people, coaches, trainers, athletes, speakers, it has bloomed into an organization, into a movement where every Sunday afternoon, come rain or shine, online or offline, we meet, we learn, we network, and we try to make the world just a little bit better. Continuing that series, today we have with us a very special person who is joining us from Kolkata. Let me welcome Srijita Chakraborty, and the topic is really different compared to what we normally speak about. How to use dopamine to turn your life around. We've all heard about dopamine and these other chemicals and hormones, what they do, how they affect our lives. Srijita is an AI trainer. She is a marketing strategist and an award-winning copywriter. She will be speaking to us about how to use dopamine to turn our lives around. Let me first officially welcome Srijita to the show. Welcome, Srijita. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Now, in any talk show, in any program, in any podcast, it is the host who will, introduce the guest and then, read out a few lines about them. Instead of me doing that, Srijita, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Introduce yourself to us, what you do, why you do, and what made you do what you are currently doing. Over to you.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much, sir, for such lovely words. So I am actually very elated to be here and to be speaking about something that we have only heard about in reels and in urta words and everything. So what I'll start with how I got into this field. So I started my career in marketing. So in marketing, you do have to study psychology, neuroscience. I am a neuromarketer, and I use my field of work wanted me to have a knowledge of how our hormones work, how our chemical reactions in the brains work, so that we can create copy or marketing materials that would actually make people buy. Because industries and companies, they spend a lot of money on marketing, and we wanted results for the marketing. So my quest for psychology started from there, and then I was moved into a career of artificial intelligence. My role in artificial intelligence was training models like ChatGPT 4.0, Google Gemini, and especially NVIDIA's US AI bot, and my favorite Meta's AI that we are all using on our WhatsApp right now. So my role was feeding empathy and human likeness into the AI bot. So,
Wonderful.
that made me more dive deeper into the neuroscience of how humans work, how we
Yeah,
feel about things. And
yeah.
then I have also always been into therapy. I have always, hung out with psychiatrists, psychologists. I have spoken to a lot of therapists, a lot of psychiatrists, and to understand how the human brain works, I have
Mhm.
spent 8 years hanging out with psychiatrists and psychologists to, understand what makes us do things.
Wow.
What are these hormones? What are the chemical reactions in the field? If you start studying about it, it's going to make you very excited and, understand yourself much better. So that's how I got into where I am. And recently I have written a book that's called Dope as Dopamine. And the entire book tells you how to use dopamine, the specific hormone that our brain releases whenever a chemical reaction in our brain happens, to
Hmm.
change exactly our habits, our daily habits, our lifestyle, and at the end of the day, our entire life for the better.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you said you are a neuro marketer.
Yes.
Let's understand the difference between a normal marketer and a neuro marketer. How do they think differently and how do they achieve results?
So a normal marketer will study how the market is working, the trends that are working right now. They'll use tools like Google Trends, SEO, Google Keyword Tool, and a lot of other tools to understand the current situation of the market. What's trending, what's making people buy, what's the need of the hour. Like a few days back, we had influencer marketing. A few days before that, we had celebrity marketing, and a lot of right now we have AI marketing, stuff like that. What is
Yeah.
the topic, hot topic of the hour, and how the brand can use that with their personalization to make the customized audience or the customers buy the product or get interested in the product. In short, a marketer's job is to make their brand stay in trend. So make
Yeah.
the brand be trending on Google, on Instagram, and be at the tip of everyone's tongue. A
Hmm.
neuromarketer, on the other hand, studies psychology and attaches it with the brand's products. So let's say I work as a neuromarketer for a chocolate brand. So I know not when chocolate, celebrations and let's say Rakhi, let's say Diwali. This is the job of a marketer. That this is when the market of chocolate is going to go up. I am going to
Hmm.
sell chocolates and use copywriting that's going to attract people. We are going to give them deals. We are going to give them offers and everything. This is what a marketer does. I, as a neuro marketer, is going to find points in people's emotional life where chocolate is the immediate need, where it's going to give you that immediate pleasure. So, for example,
Hmm.
there is like PMSing. It happens in women, and that's when they want chocolates right before periods, when they're in that mood set, that when they want to have something sweet. And then when you have had an argument with your partner, and if they gift you a chocolate, it immensely sweetens the bond. It eases
Yeah.
the fight, it eases the argument. So these are points in a person's life where their psychology is wanting chocolate, not
Hmm.
not the market, not the occasion, but psychologically they're craving chocolate. So a neuro marketer is going to make sure that at this point of time, if I give them the chocolate that they are craving, they're not going to
Hmm.
look at deals, they're not going to look at offers, they're going to look at the product. And if it's a dark chocolate that they're needing, if it's a milk chocolate that they're needing, and it's specially made for them, and it triggers an emotion like FOMO, that if I don't
Yeah.
get chocolate, so everyone's boyfriend is making them feel better about themselves by giving them, these dark chocolates. And I am missing out on that feeling. That's called the fear of missing out. We call it FOMO. So at that point of time, if Blinkit, creates a bundle of dark chocolate and says, gift yourself your dark chocolates that, if even if you're single, you shouldn't miss out on dark chocolates that make you feel good. So that's
Yeah.
what the copywriting is going to look like. And you're not going to look at what is the price of the product. You're just going to buy it because it has
Yeah.
targeted a psychological need.
Yeah, wonderful. Very, very well explained. It's that need which is being triggered by psychology and neuromarketing. So let's come into our chemical which we spoke about. What is dopamine and how does it influence our behavior, our, purchasing trends? What it makes us do? I mean, as you said, when you see that heart or when you see that dark chocolate and it says deal, you go and buy it for yourself. What does dopamine do?
So basically, we have always heard about this thing, happy hormones. So the happy hormones is actually a bunch of chemical, hormones in our brain. So we have serotonin, we have endorphins, we have adrenaline, we have dopamine, and we have a few other options, oxytocin, for example. So these together make happy hormones. All of these hormones make you feel good. So first we have serotonin, the hormone that makes you feel very cuddly, that makes you feel very, and there are days when you want to feel loved. when you want to feel cared for. That's serotonin. We have adrenaline. Adrenaline is a hormone which makes you do things that you would not do on a normal day. You see a
Mm.
roller coaster, and even if you're, if you're not feeling that well, there's adrenaline kicking you to get on that roller coaster, no matter even if you puke after that. Adrenaline making you do things that your body is refusing to do. That's
Yeah.
adrenaline. Then we come to dopamine. So, dopamine is often misunderstood as the happy hormone itself. But dopamine is actually called the feel good hormone. And the feel good factor in dopamine is not in the result, it's in the journey. So, dopamine is actually the anticipation hormone. So, when you
Mm.
anticipate that there's something good coming at the end of any task, at the end of any journey. So, when we are going, sometimes you must feel, if you go on a trip and you are going to the mountains, the whole journey of going to the mountains, looking at the beautiful mountain peaks of Himachal is making you feel so good. And it's creating that urge inside you that if the journey is so good, then at the end of the journey, the destination I'm reaching is going to surpass the entire journey period. It's going to give me
Mm.
something that I've never seen before. It's
Mm.
so we call it heaven at the end of the journey. So heaven
Yes.
at the end of the journey is actually an anticipation. We never know what we are going to get at the end of the journey, but the
Yes.
entire anticipation releases a hormone in your brain called dopamine that makes
Mm.
you do things. So
Mm.
so we scroll reels. So the best example right now of quick dopamine, we call it quick dopamine. So e-commerce, quick
Yeah.
e-commerce, Blinkit, Amazon's one day delivery. Why are every brands changing to quick delivery? Because when I've ordered something, I'm constantly anticipating. So tomorrow my makeup kit is going to arrive. Tomorrow the new dress I have ordered is going to arrive. Even, for example, my parents, they get very excited about furniture, so they keep on ordering furniture. And right now Pepperfry offers deals like, tomorrow I'm going to give you the new bed. They have no idea
Yeah.
how they're going to install the old bed. But so this is what Pepperfry, Amazon, and everything is giving. And it's not restricted to one age. It starts from a very young age, like 5 or 6, and it goes up to 70 to 80. That dopamine is released in our body in for
Yeah.
everything that we do. The
Mm.
anticipation, that's dopamine. So the whole so why do we scroll reels for hours and hours and hours? Because we anticipate the next reel is going to be very good. Quick
Yeah.
commerce. Why do we order things from Blinkit? Why do we check for one day delivery? Because we
Mm.
expect the happiness is going to arrive in in whatever time frame, but it's going to arrive in the next thing. And that's
Mm.
constantly releasing dopamine in our brain. And for that
Yeah.
period until the reward arrives, we feel good. So that's what dopamine is, the feel good hormone.
Wonderful. Again, you've explained technically what happens when you get that 10-minute delivery, or, that half an hour, whatever can reach your home, whatever you are craving for. Now, how do I know that there is this dopamine thing going on inside me? Or can I take a dopamine tablet and, get high? Is there something like that?
Absolutely. So, what dopamine tablets are actually antidepressants that a psychiatrist might, prescribe to a depressed patient, clinically depressed or diagnosed patient, who's so the actual thing
Okay.
that happens in a patient. So, somebody who is
Yeah.
actually diagnosed through psychometry tests and other
Hmm.
tests that they are
Yeah.
clinically depressed. So
Yeah.
that's, as we know, just like physical ailments, mental ailments are also things that are wrong with our body. So the
Yeah.
reactors in such a person's brain that release serotonin, oxytocin, dopamine, all of these reactors are like pipes in our brain with an opening. So
Hmm.
these reactors are
Hmm.
blocked. So no matter
Yeah.
what they do, the dopamine is not going to get released. And at this point of time, they'll be like, if we are coughing, so no matter what we do, we can't breathe freely from our nose until we are
Yes.
given that medicine. So that dopamine tablet is going to be given to a person to open their reactors that are actually blocked. Because
Yeah.
mental illnesses are actually things that are happening inside the body which are wrong when your reactors are
Yeah.
closed. But for
Yeah.
normal people who are not diagnosed clinically as depressed, or, and no, they do not have a, medical diagnosis of anything being wrong with their
Condition.
brain. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, right now, the people who are always thinking that why am I procrastinating? Why is nothing making me feel good?
Yeah.
Why do I not have dopamine or the things that I read about? So, at this
Yeah.
point of time, we have to, identify the dopamine triggers in our brain. The
Hmm.
moment we scroll reels and it gets us hooked, we get hooked to scrolling, hooked to scrolling reels. Once we start scrolling Facebook reels or Instagram reels, we'll keep on doing it until someone is calling us to do another task. That is when dopamine is being released in our head, in our brain, that the next reel is going to be very good. If this reel is so amazing, the next reel is going to be more amazing. If we are going and watching TV, binge watching Netflix shows, that is one episode after the next episode. If this episode is so good, I have to finish the next episode, and we will finish the entire series in one day. So that is dopamine making us anticipate the reward. Then we have, if
Yes.
we are going to order at a restaurant, we have started with the starters and we think the starters are so good, then the main course is going to be better. Then the dessert is going to be better. Maybe we have just gone to the cafe for, a little bit of starters and a conversation, and then we plan to come home. But now we have ordered food after food after food that we are all wasting. We are not finishing that food, but we have ordered because the what's making us anticipate is that if this is making me feel good, the next is going to be better. So what happens is that every time our brain tells us to do something unproductive, or that's something that's not going to benefit our life in any form, but it's going to make us feel better or feel good about ourselves for a few minutes. And every time you anticipate doing it for the next few hours, the next few minutes, that's when your brain is releasing dopamine, and that dopamine is pushing you to continue doing that unproductive part of your life, or that habit that's not benefiting you in any form. But you're feeling good, and your dopamine is making you feel push you towards doing it again and again and again and again.
So well explained, Srijita. I just had a small tech glitch where I probably missed the last half a minute of what you said, but let's continue. Can there ever be, somebody who has got that excessive dopamine, which means that excessive drive? And if so, how do we come to know कि ये इसको ये dopamine ज्यादा है? Is there a way? Does that happen?
Yes. So if you see someone who is going for a run in the morning and then going to the gym in the evening, and it's like, you see influencers on the internet. That's like, I start my day with a run. I wake up at 5 o'clock. I start my day with a run. I eat ye kada, or whatever, the turmeric water in the morning. And then I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this and that for the entire day. शाम को आई एम गोइंग टू द जिम, उसके बाद जुम्बा क्लास, उसके बाद योगा. And the thing, you follow them for 6 months, and after 6 months they look the same, they feel the
Hmm.
same, they talk the same. You know that they're overstimulating themselves. So overstimulation is something that is actually transferable. One of the things about dopamine is that you see someone who is like constantly active,
Yeah.
that's making them do things and things and things which are not actually benefiting them. They're doing it because not the reward that makes dopamine makes you do things for the reward. The reward here
Yeah.
is not what they're getting from their run or their kara or their yoga or the zumba class. It's the
Hmm.
validation they are getting from their followers. It's the validation they are getting, that, oh, look at their lifestyle. They lead such a healthy lifestyle. They're doing so much in their life. And the people who are not being able to do so much, because families, we have work schedules, we have responsibilities. We can't exactly run for the entire day. We
Yeah.
actually have to take rest, and that rest is the reward of a good dopamine. But then they are making other people feel like they're not doing enough in their lives, and the
Yeah.
validation in the comments that you're doing so much, you're so fit, you're doing this and that, how do you manage to do so much? So
Yeah.
their dopamine is in the wrong place, and you can tell
Hmm.
that, okay, so, they are overstimulating themselves. As I
Yeah.
said, overstimulation is something that's transferable. So in a situation when you see another person being overactive, hyperactive, doing so much, and in a wedding situation, like I literally have my wedding on 1st of August, and there are hundreds of relatives, and I see some people. So my parents are old. They're doing as much they can, and they're doing it at a pace. And then there are some relatives who are like, ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, अभी कर लेते हैं, like we have so I am under the weather because from the last 4 days I am going to Bara Bazaar, this lehenga, that lehenga, this and that. So I am overstimulated. But the
Yeah.
people who are like so hyper activated, forced into doing so much, they are transferring that energy to me, and my body is rejecting that energy. My
Okay.
parents, they're like, they have a lot of energy, and you start feeling low about your energy. So that's
Yes.
overstimulation. So
Yeah.
you go to a party. So imagine, so for example, I'll share a personal experience. When I was
Hmm.
25, 24, at that age, I used to really enjoy parties, and a lot of people will come, a lot of music and dance will happen. But I don't know how it happened. It's the shift in the age or what. But by 28, 29, I started getting very, like we can say, suffocated in situations like that. A lot of people dancing, a lot of people celebrating, and they're like, oh, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. That started scaring me, because my body can't take that amount of dopamine or
Uh,
adrenaline.
hmm.
My dopamine comes from a reward that's personalized for my body, for
Hmm.
my mind. So
Yeah.
everyone's dopamine comes from a different thing. And if we start
Yeah.
seeing people whose dopamine is too high, when we think that their dopamine is too high, they're very hyperactive. And we
Hmm.
are getting overstimulated with their hyperactivity. We know that their dopamine or the things that they are doing in their life is not meant for me. My
Hmm.
dopamine comes from different things.
So it is
Acha,
important
I
to
have a
one.
question, Mr.
Yeah, just hold on. Yeah, just hold on. Let's go with the flow, and then I'll bring you in. I'll just hold on, just for two
Okay, thank
minutes.
you,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Deepak. I'll
So
wait.
yes, I will bring you in. I was just in that flow of asking her the next question, and then I will bring you in.
All
So,
right.
Srijata, first of all, congratulations in advance for your wedding, and second, second thing was that once I have, decided or come to know that, I am probably overstimulated or I am hyper, a lot of people we now hear and go and understand that people are going on digital detoxes. So is
Yeah.
something like a digital detox something which is trying to push you down or telling you are hyperactivated, your dopamine is running away, throw out all those electronics, stop watching reels, stop getting stimulated and come back to normal. Is that the same thing?
So I also wanted to address this topic. So right now there are two books. I wrote a book that is using your dopamine for the right purposes to change your life for whatever goals you have in mind. That is
Hmm.
my book called Dope as Dopamine. And there's another book that's trending on the market, New York Times bestseller, that's called Dopamine Detox. So
Hmm.
now the dopamine detox that we say, or digital detox, which is also connected to dopamine detox, it talks about detoxing your life from the things that is giving you quick dopamine. And what we need to understand is that quick dopamine doesn't have to mean things that are unproductive, or that are
Hmm.
things that are not going to benefit you in any form. I can
Yeah.
get dopamine, I can feel good about myself of 2 hours. There's a cycle. So the cycle
Hmm.
is feeling anxious, and first you start feeling restless and anxious. Abhi kya kare? Bore ho rahe.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
right now, what to do? Chalo, phone hai, we have a smartphone in our hands, let's scroll. And then we are
Yeah.
scrolling for 2 hours. The anxious cycle to endless scrolling. After
Hmm.
endless scrolling, you feel numb. After scrolling 10, 15 reels, you don't feel anything. Your body goes into a freeze system. You're feeling
Yeah.
numb. You're not feeling anything. Not good, not bad.
Yes.
You're just kind of numb. And then
Yeah.
once you start feeling numb after a few reels, you'll keep your phone aside. Now you're feeling
Yeah.
guilty.
Hmm.
This was the point. I could have done this work. I was planning to make this a recipe for a long time. I could have done this. I was
Hmm.
planning to go for a run. I could have gone for a run. I was
Yeah.
planning to play chess. I could have played chess. I was planning to do this and that. All your mind has the good things listed. So you have the things that you have in your head. So when I was a child, my mother still tells any kind of a kitty party, and she will still tell people that my daughter used to finish a whole novel in 1 hour. I am the same person who now has a whole library of books at our place, and I will not touch a book because my dopamine in my mind had been telling me for a while that this task is not rewarding, it's
Yeah.
not exciting, it's not
Yeah.
making me feel excited about the thing. So and
Yeah.
but if I scroll reels, if I go window shopping online on e-commerce site, if
Yeah.
I go on we window shop on e-commerce sites as well these days.
Yes.
We
Yes.
see ये लेना है, इसको कार्ट में ऐड कर दो, ये लेना है, अभी खरीद नहीं सकते, वी हैव सेविंग्स, वी हैव टू सेव मनी. बट अगर अभी पैसा आया तो but when we are doing that, window shopping is giving us that quick dopamine, the cheap dopamine.
Yes.
And when
Yes.
we have money to spend or splurge, we will walk into a mall, or we will walking into a mall will give you the quickest dopamine because उसी time मिल जाएगा वो सामान.
Yes.
I know this
Yes.
because I have never had like ये endless money supply कि सब खरीद सकते हैं, but शादी का टाइम ये होता है कि जाओ जो मन में है खरीदो. And I have experienced this. Walking
Yeah.
into 6,000 की चप्पल ले ली, 15,000 का मेकअप ले लिया, वो मेकअप जो कभी कोई कोई नहीं यूज करेगा, वो मेकअप पड़ा रहेगा. सूट ले
Yeah.
लिया 10,000 का, वो 2 दिन पहनना है उसको.
Exactly.
एंड यू कांट इवन रिपीट क्लोथ्स. बिकॉज
Yes.
अगर वो फंक्शनल क्लोथ्स ऐसे आते हैं कि अच्छा एक फंक्शन में पहन लिया तो 4 फंक्शन में नहीं पहन सकते बिकॉज
नहीं
पीपल
पहन
विल
सकते.
नोटिस, फोटोज नहीं डाल
Exactly.
सकते. सो
Hmm.
क्विक कॉमर्स. Or when we have that money, the money that we saved by window shopping, we will go on Blinkit and we will buy 4,000 की groceries. कोई नहीं खा रहा है रेमन, कोई नहीं खा रहा है चाइनीज नूडल्स, कोरियन नूडल्स, पर एक बारी में खरीद लिया बहुत सारा. आटा
Yeah.
आटा करके हेल्दी खाना खाने के लिए आटा नूडल्स एंड आटा ओट्स वगैरह इतना सारा ऑर्डर कर लिया. ऑर्डर करना कि
Yes.
आई एम
Yeah.
गोइंग टू ऑर्डर हेल्दी फूड एंड ईट हेल्दी, उसके बाद रेस्टोरेंट में जाके 5,000 का खा लिया जंक फूड. सो हेल्दी तो नहीं हो रहा है, बट
Yeah.
वो सेटिस्फेक्शन की ऑर्डर हेल्दी खाना ऑर्डर कर रहा है, भले ही वो
Yeah.
फ्रिज में एक्सपायर हो रहा है. So now this is quick dopamine and cheap dopamine.
Yes.
The
Yes.
things that we tell ourselves that this is going to, make us go towards our goal. It's the
Yeah.
reward is not satisfactory. So I
Yeah.
don't read a book anymore. I have a Kindle. वो नहीं खुलता, but give me 2 hours to scroll reels, I will scroll reels. Give me
Yeah.
5 hours to, gossip. Women love gossiping. We go and एकदम जाके किटी पार्टी में या कोई ऐसे, अरे ये हुआ था उस दिन, आपने देखा उस दिन इसने ये कहा था, बड़ा बुरा लगा, वो ये पहन के आए थे, अच्छा ही नहीं लग रहा था, कलर का कॉन्ट्रास्ट करके 3 घंटे वेस्ट हो गए. 3 घंटे में 5 बार ये डिस्कस किया. मैं तो अपने हेल्थ डाइट के लिए आजकल ये खा रही हूँ, मैं तो अपने हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल के लिए वॉक पे जा रही हूँ. वॉक पे यू गो. जिम का सबसे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल, जिम का सब्सक्रिप्शन पूरे साल का ले लिया, उसके बाद कभी नहीं गए. आई एम गिल्टी ऑफ इट. I have paid gym subscriptions in Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, and I've never
Wow.
visited more than 3 days. And they know this thing. ये न्यूरो
Yes.
मार्केटिंग में आता है, वो उसीलिए पूरे साल भर का सब्सक्रिप्शन लेते हैं. Because they know,
Yes.
not out of 100 people, 20 people will not repeat, not
Yeah.
go to the gym. So
Yeah.
what is this journey about? How can we
Yeah.
actually use dopamine that would make you, reach your goals rather than, indulging in quick dopamine? So
Yes.
here we have to make the journey rewardful. So if in the like we have to restructure our brain. So what I teach in my classes, and what I started before writing the book, I started recording with my mentees like their progress. So I told them ki I am giving you a project. If you're doing this project, otherwise, if you I give them a project, they show up in the next class without doing that project. Then we do it in the class. So I started changing the whole structure. I told them, sit on this project. I want your best on the project. So if you do the project, and by the end of 7 days, before our next class, I see that you have actually done the project, I will send you a surprise blanket gift that will reach you immediately.
Wow.
So वो quick dopamine उनको मिल जाए. अब now they are very invested in that project because
Yeah.
अब उनका journey exciting हो गया.
Yeah.
So what I started with my father is that we are going to go for a run a whole 15 days, 20 days of the month. So we are going for this walk and run. My father can't run exactly. He has a lot of COPD and these problems. So we go for this walk. We are doing this exercise, and the reward is at the end of the run, we will eat fuchka. Fuchka has no fat. Fuchka has nothing, nothing that will cause you problems in your health, and 5 puchkas, you get the taste. So now the route that we have chosen ends at the best puchka corner in our area. So this is very exciting. So my mom, so she has a habit of scrolling reels and sending WhatsApp forwards and talking to everyone on the WhatsApp groups that
Yeah.
शनि का ये वाला आजकल फेज चल रहा है, तो कौन सा प्लैनेट रेट्रोगेट में चल रहा है, ये करो, घर के बाहर काला कपड़ा लगाओ, and all of these things.
Yeah.
So here we have, so I told my mother, if you don't do this, I will give you a few, आप बड़े टीवी में देखो, instead of watching on your phone, on the
Yeah.
TV, you actually learn a new language. You actually learn a few recipes. And the
Yeah.
reward that you're going to get after, learning these new things after 7 days is that we are going to serve you dinner. We are going to make dinner. We are going to make your favorite food and all of that. So now, very excitedly, after doing it for 5 days, 6 days, now she's addicted to that habit. She's learning
Mm.
something new. It's no more WhatsApp forwards, it's no more reels that have no basic knowledge and everything. She's actually learning from experts on the internet. My brother, for example, reel scroll, he's an engineer. He's a vast engineer, and he had that habit of, scrolling a lot of reels, what we all do. So on his way back home from office, while before sleeping, he would do a lot of these things. And
Yeah.
all I told him, you're doing this. This is okay. There are few courses on Udemy that teach you development. So it's something related to their engineering field only. The next step after VAS. So I told him, you can the same way reels are 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and 40 minutes. These topics, short topics on development that teach you these new things that you can implement at your workplace, 20 minutes, 20 minutes करके रोज देखना start कर. After doing it for 3 4 months, and he was like, I have learned so much about my work thing. I have learned a whole new skill, that he got promoted to the position of a team leader, and that gave him
Wonderful.
that boost. And now he has subscribed to a whole course. Now the course is every day 2 hour classes, 1 hour of topic teaching and 1 hour of discussion and everything. Now that he's doing the whole course, he has paid money and he's doing the whole course, which is obviously going to increase his LPA by a huge amount, because now it's
Mm.
a whole certification course. Now he doesn't scroll reels. अगर करता भी है तो he's when in the washroom. So it's not like reel scrolling is not bad. I
Yeah.
also scroll reels. Otherwise, how will we do it? But
Yeah.
doing it for the entire day, when you can actually do other
Yes.
things, when the reward is more fulfilling. when the validation, when the emotional, reward or the feel good factor is attached to something proactive or
Yeah.
productive, then the entire lifestyle changes. So
Yeah.
every morning, we can make something very tasty to eat for breakfast. After
Mm.
21 days, a habit forms. And
Yes.
when once a habit forms, you start loving that factor. Now you're getting a reward not just for eating healthy, but you're also seeing the results. It's giving you emotional validation. What
Mm.
happens in our childhood? As a child, like especially in India, children usually don't get a lot of emotional validation from their parents. So when I was a child, I used to have this like I had very strict Bengali parents. Not my dad, he was very actually open minded, but my mom, she came from that traditional mindset. साइंस ही लेके पढ़ना है, बायोलॉजी लेके पढ़ना है, 90% से कम नहीं आना चाहिए, एंड वरना सोसाइटी में क्या मुंह दिखाएंगे. So when so a child especially, when they make a drawing, a simple drawing, and what I see in my niece, my brother's daughter, she's 7 years old, she makes a drawing on a piece. It's a children's drawing, how it looks like. She goes to the entire house with that sheet, and she shows it to everyone. I live in a joint family, so mere chacha, tauji, sab hai. She will go to everyone and like show them that sheet. And right now that we are more knowledgeable, like we have learned the things, how to treat
Yeah.
children, what effects
Yeah.
it has on a mind of a child. So
Yeah.
now we encourage her ki aur karo. And I have told her, I also experimented it on my niece. I told her कि for 1 month you draw something. उसका art teacher आता है, but she doesn't. After the art class, she didn't used to draw and everything. I told her, I appreciate her drawings, the things that she's making. And I told her, for a month you practice this one thing, perfect it, but draw for every day, each day of the month. And at the end of the month, I'm going to give you that color box, pura gift. And once I gave her that color box, she continued it for the entire month because she wanted that color box. We
Mm.
adults are no different. But in
Mm.
our childhood, especially the way our parents were, when we used to take that sheet of drawing to our parents, they were like, ठीक है, खेलने नहीं जाना, ड्राइंग वर्क करके कुछ नहीं होगा, मैथ्स करो, मैथ्स में इतने कम नंबर आ रहे हैं, साइंस में इतने कम नंबर आ रहे हैं, उसके उसके
Yeah.
बच्चे के इतने अच्छे नंबर आए हैं, अब मैं क्या मुंह दिखाऊंगी सोसाइटी में. So we never got that emotional validation from our parents at this
Yeah.
age. And we never realized, like after 15, 20 years, college started, but that build up of not getting that emotional वैलिडेशन, लाइक अभी तक भी मतलब पुराने जमाने के ही है, नॉट गेट एनी इमोशनल वैलिडेशन. कॉलेज में भी कितने अच्छे नंबर आ गए, इंजीनियरिंग ही करनी है, मेडिकल ही करना है, अगर कुछ और किया तो आर्ट्स का बच्चा है.
Yeah.
अच्छे मार्क्स नहीं आते तो आर्ट्स पढ़ रहे हैं. सो लाइक ये चीजें अभी तक चल रही है. तो आर इंटायर जनरेशन, पापा औरों की जनरेशन की तो बात ही नहीं करते, उन लोगों को तो बिल्कुल ही इमोशनल वैलिडेशन नहीं मिलता था दादा दादी से, बट हमें फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत मिला है. सो दिस
Yeah.
बिल्ड अप इन ट्रॉमा, in subconscious trauma that we didn't realize is building up in our head. And at
Yeah.
this point, anything that makes us feel good subconsciously, maybe we are feeling, very lazy and very procrastinating and stuck in a situation. And we are like कि ठीक है, इस पॉइंट के लिए इसको अवॉइड कर देते हैं, क्योंकि
Yeah.
हमको इमोशनल सपोर्ट, रीअश्योरेंस नहीं मिल रहा है. एंड आवर
Yeah.
ब्रेन इज यूज टू दैट. चाइल्डहुड में नहीं मिलता था. बुली
Yeah.
हुए हो स्कूल में, बच्चे मजाक, दूसरे बच्चे मजाक उड़ा रहे हैं कि आपकी नाक कैसी है, अरे इसके बालों में तेल लगाया हुआ है, ये ऐसा है, वो वैसा है, इस टाइप का. बट किसको जाके बताए? सो आवर
Mm.
ब्रेन इज अकस्टम टू इट दैट वी हैव टू फील गुड आवर सेल्स. तो अभी क्या करें फील गुड करने के लिए? राइट नाउ वी हैव द एक्सेस टू मनी. एट दिस एज वी अर्न आवर ओन मनी. ब्लिंकिट कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा ये खा लेंगे, बाहर जाके थोड़े रसगुल्ले खा के आ जाते हैं, थोड़ी देर रील स्क्रॉल कर लेते हैं, जाके ये खरीद लेते हैं, महंगा चीज बहुत दिन से देख रहे थे, इसके लिए सेव किया था, आज खरीद लेते हैं. बिकॉज वी आर फीलिंग लो, we are feeling procrastinated, we are feeling stuck in a situation. But
Yeah.
procrastination is not exactly a burnout or a defect in our mental state. It's not laziness.
Yeah.
Procrastination is when we feel that the task that we're doing, or the work that we're doing, or the reward at the end of the work is not exciting enough. So if
Yeah.
for example, if we take something, one person is going to the gym every year of the day. They started in January and they're going to the gym till December. But at the end of December 31st, they look at themselves in the mirror. Not a single change has happened. No muscles, nothing. They look exactly the same like they did the year before.
Yeah.
Now, what will make them take the subscription of the next year? Nothing.
Mm.
Because the
Mm.
reward is not exciting. They did
Yeah.
something disciplined for the whole year and they got nothing in the end of it. So this
Yeah.
is where our brain registers some task as this exact example. That even if I do it, even if I continue doing it for 1 year, even if I do this task, even if I'll be stuck doing it. The reward is
Yeah.
not going to be anything extraordinary and it's not going to make me happy.
Mm.
That's when we procrastinate. For example, government forms. So form fill karna hai, we procrastinated till the last date. नहीं करना form fill because it's not a rewarding task. But अभी आयुष्मान भारत है, अभी बंगाल में there's a thing called Ruposhri करके, Mamta's government has this. So every woman in Bengal who gets married has a voter ID, Aadhaar card of West Bengal. If you fill a government form, you will get a 25,000 rupees for your wedding from the
Wow.
government. So
Wow.
now, not every family needs that 25,000. But when you
Yes.
think of that wedding expenses, वो पच्चीस
Yes.
हजार भी किसी अमीर फैमिली के भी काम आ जाएगा. लास्ट मिनट के लिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल, दादी के हाथ में पैसे नहीं होते हैं, मम्मी के हाथ में नहीं होते हैं, खर्च हो जाते हैं. वो पच्चीस
Yeah.
हजार लाके अगर हम किसी को दे दे जो नहीं कर पा रहा है खर्च या कुछ, वो दैट 25,000 इज मनी एंड दैट्स फ्री मनी.
Yes. Yeah.
दैट्स अ गुड रिवॉर्ड. और उसके
Yeah.
लिए क्या करना है? सिर्फ एक फॉर्म फिल करके शादी के कार्ड के साथ गवर्नमेंट अपने एरिया के म्यूनिसिपालिटी में सबमिट करना है. तो
Wow.
इतना काम हम प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट करते हैं क्योंकि हमको लगता है 25,000 ही तो है, ये
Yeah.
इससे क्या फायदा होगा. पर जब वो
Exactly.
25,000 मिलेंगे, इट्स गोइंग टू बी मनी.
Yeah.
It's exactly rewarding.
Yes.
So similarly, when we get stuck, when we get into situations where we feel very lazy and we
Yeah.
sleep for days, we feel नहीं करना, मन नहीं कर रहा, job applications or anything, बच्चे को पढ़ाना है या फिर ये काम करना है, वो काम करना है, मजा नहीं आ रहा
Yeah.
है. The whole
Yeah.
thing is that the thing is not fun enough. Then we
Yeah.
have to add that fun by habit or by force into our brain.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
have to talk to ourselves. We call it inner dialogue. That
Mm.
ठीक है, मजा नहीं आ रहा है, पर इसको हम मजेदार कैसे बना सकते हैं.
Mm.
If I'm feeling, like I'm feeling very lost, अभी क्या करूं, कुछ मन ही नहीं लग रहा है, रिटायर हो गए
Yeah.
हैं. Like my
Yeah.
father had this phase after he got retired. He's like, अभी I don't have to go out every day, and
Mm.
he was in marketing. He's like, what do I do? Then he
Yeah.
started. I told him ki, you do one thing. You had this habit of doing something for the entire day. You were
Yeah.
always active. So how
Yeah.
can you do it? How can you replace it with something at home itself? So you
Yes.
have a granddaughter. She is constantly in need of attention, and she
Mm.
needs somebody playful with her. And
Yeah.
her parents are working. I can't give her time. There's nobody better than a grandfather who can sit with the child, because एक बार with that age we also become children again. So
Yes.
the mental capacity of both these people are at the same thing. So they
Yeah.
both sit together, they draw and they teach and they, play together, and now it's rewarding.
Yeah.
Suddenly, spending time with family, being here, being present, and doing things with your right mind, making
Yeah.
sure that you are doing things that are giving you a reward that's making you happy instead of
Yes.
wasting things, instead of
Yeah.
procrastinating. You
Yeah.
replace your quick dopamine with something that after 21 days you realize that it's actually giving you rewards that you will
Mm.
enjoy for the long term. Then you
Yeah.
start enjoying your dopamine.
Yeah. Wonderful. Very, very, very well explained with real life examples and details. Let me bring in Mr. Satish. Go ahead, sir. Ask your question.
Yeah. See, my question is very simple. How does one really know when the dopamine level is really good to uh, engage yourself in some constructive and productive activity?
So, for example, the moment you understand and identify dopamine is that you do something for a day and you do it, and after the end of the task, if you feel good about it, that, oh, I did this. So, it could be as simple as reading the newspaper and reading the news for the today. And at the end of the day, you feel knowledgeable that, oh, I know the entire news of the day, what's happening in the country, what's happening worldwide. I have this
Hmm.
knowledge. So
Yeah.
you do it for the next 3 days. And now, if it becomes a habit, if it excites you on the fourth day, on the fifth day, to go and read the newspaper first thing in the morning, that
Hmm.
excitement or anticipation for that newspaper coming, and you reading the entire newspaper and making sure
Hmm.
that you know the entire thing that's happening in the world, that's when your dopamine is in a productive place and it's giving you a
Hmm.
reward that it's anticipating.
Yeah.
Good, good. Nice clarification.
Yes. Payal. Payal had one or two questions which she had put up in the chat. Go ahead, ask your questions, Payal.
So, namaste everyone. Namaste Srijita. Thank you for joining us for the 254th episode of the Bloom Talk Show. And my question to you is, if someone is feeling stuck or lost right now, how would you suggest they begin their journey of turning life around with small science backed step? Any practical examples if you can share? And Srijita, finally, the last question to you is, what is your personal dopamine ritual? The one thing that always brings you back to clarity and purpose.
Hmm.
Sure. So I'll address your first question first. So now something that's very personal for me as well was in 2023, I was feeling very stuck and depressed. So I worked in advertising for 7 years by then. And if you know, advertising is a career that takes a lot of your brain. So that takes a lot of creativity. Every morning you have to come up with something new and something creative. And when that thing happens day after day, for years, at a point of time you will feel burnt out, because not every creative you make, not every ad you make is going to give you that validation. It's not
Hmm.
giving to give you an award. So you get awards for at least like 5 campaigns you have done for your world. So
Hmm.
I have worked on the Saudi Arabia and the Messi campaign tourism, the copywriting for the Messi and Saudi Arabia tourism campaign. That's when I got the
Wow.
award. But
Wow.
thank you, sir. But then that didn't happen for every other creative.
Yeah.
So every other ad. But for 7 years, I might have made hundreds and thousands of ads and creatives. Not
Hmm.
everything gave me a reward. And that's when I felt, am I even going correct in my career? I'm feeling
Hmm.
stuck. I'm feeling lost. And at that time, I'll share a personal experience as well here. I was in a relationship for 5 years and that broke up. So that did not work out. We were almost on the verge of getting married and that did not work out. And at that time, so when a lot of existential crisis happened, my career
Hmm.
changed, my personal life changed. My dad had lung cancer. We were fighting it and he recovered from that. So that changed. So everything. And the change of career will bring you a lot of financial losses as well, because your savings will go into finding another career that's suitable or something like that. In the middle of your life you're changing your career. So at that point of time you don't identify dopamine, because your brain doesn't work like that. You're in the middle of a crisis and science is the last thing on your mind. And finding dopamine or finding serotonin or feel good hormones is not something that you look for. You want,
Hmm.
at this point of time, something that's going to make you feel good about yourself, something that's going to make you feel validated, that you're worth it, that you're worth living. And sometimes life will push you to a corner, where you just need to find that one thing that's going to make you live till the next day. That, okay, I should live. My life is worth it. I am worth it. I'm here for a purpose. That is when you have to, calm yourself down. You're feeling very lost and very stuck and clueless about your life. And you have to start going back to your childhood. And this is where you look back at your life and you list out the things that made you happy. So there have been things since you gained senses as a child till this date that made you happy. And when you think about these things, the only thing that popped up in my mind when I thought was writing. And when I thought was conversations, communications, teaching, writing. In school I was in debates. Debates can be very loosely related to teaching. You are the one speaking on stage and everyone's listening. Then writing. I loved writing. I had written a lot of books and a lot of poems and a lot of things. It is something that I learned from Ruskin Bond and at the age of like in class fourth, and that's something that has followed me all my life. And painting and eating good, tasty food. It was very simple. Like things that made you happy for your entire life. That's when you find your constant dopamine. This is called your constant dopamine. It starts when you gain your senses, you choose your life purposes that, okay, writing makes me happy, cooking makes me happy, knitting makes me happy, art makes me happy. These are things that you choose as a child itself. What made you so happy as a child? And this goes on till the last day of your life. These are constants. So you start very small. So when you're feeling very stuck or lost right now, you start small. Maybe you loved painting as a child. You take a sheet of paper and you start sketching something. Or you, even if you don't want to use your hands, if you are at that stage of time that you don't have that energy to even start painting, you open an YouTube video and watch art videos for a while. It's going to give you the same dopamine. It's going to release the same dopamine in your head. If you like eating good food but you don't have the energy to cook, you order it. You order. If you like spices as a child, maybe it's time that you try a few spices that you liked as a child again. So maybe you order that. And even if you don't feel like ordering, you push yourself to cook that little tiny dish. It could be just Maggie noodles with those specific spices that you liked as a child. Then if you liked writing, then you write an entire story about how you're feeling right now. And trust me, writing about how you're feeling helps a lot. It's like talking to someone. But not every one of us has someone that we can talk to at every point of time unless we pay a therapist. So here, the thing is that you write like you're talking to someone, that this is how I'm feeling. Well, even if we disregard it as कि writing से क्या होगा, वो चीज जो अंदर थी वो निकल जाती है. अंदर जो दब रहा था, जो फीलिंग थी, उसमें क्लैरिटी आ जाता है कि ओके, दिस इज व्हाट माइट बी गोइंग रॉन्ग. दिस इज व्हाट माइट बी, द प्रॉब्लम दैट आई कैन सॉल्व. This is what might be the thing that is making me feel stuck, or this is my roadblock. Writing once we start writing like only 2 pages, not much, you will get a lot of clarity about what's going wrong. And lastly, something that's going to make you feel happy at that current point of time, like going out, like shopping. You deserve that much. You deserve that little feel good factor. Even if you're splurging right now, even if you're choosing quick commerce, even if you're scrolling reels, even if you're watching a movie that you have watched for so many times, it could be Kal Ho Na Ho, it could be Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. At that point of time, it made you happy. You're revisiting that movie so that it releases the same hormones, the same feelings in your head. It could be a treat to yourself, and that treat could be anything. And once your mind is in this state to process whatever is going on right now, you write down that I started out like this, and this is where I'm feeling stuck. These are the problems that I'm facing, and these are the solutions that I think can work. And then you have the clarity. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Srijita. Thank you for sharing.
So now your last question, Payal, like personal dopamine ritual that I do. So being a poet, I have always I started writing poems at the age of like in class fourth. So the first poem that I wrote, I still remember the name, was Papa Ki Pagdi. So I was talking about how the children are the fathers, the entire day, everything for the child, and our parents, they compromise a lot in their life. If and especially our fathers, if they see something nice, I've seen my father, he would go to a store and he would ask the price of a shoe, and if it was like a price of my school fees, he would say no, he doesn't need it. I have a lot of shoes, I have a lot of shirts, and even now at this point of time, अरे मेरे पास तो बहुत कपड़े हैं, मेरे को क्या जरूरत, मैं कहाँ जाता हूँ. Fathers will not buy, they'll not invest in themselves. So I wrote that poem on how much your father invests in you, not just financially, but from the sacrifices they make for you. Our mothers, on the other hand, they save every penny they get, कि कल को कुछ करके रखना है. Every jewelry they get, they save it for the daughters or the daughter-in-laws. So the parent sacrifices and everything. So I've been very attached to this type of family relations throughout my childhood, and I used to write poems. So even till date, my dopamine ritual is that if I did, I learned a 2-hour course. I attended a webinar that felt boring. I studied a book that was very technical in nature, or I went for a run. I would, reward myself with a poem or something. And I would go still, sit with my parents, enjoy that time. I love getting scolded by my parents. I caught the flu by not listening to them. My mom told me that when you walked for 2 kilometers, you're sweating. You don't enter the AC showroom immediately. You first let your body cool down. And I did not listen. My sister did not listen. And now we're both down with fever and cold. And we went to Raymond's chilled AC, and we stood in front of the AC to, dry our sweat. And that led us to fever. So now our parents are scolding. So now the thing is that I'm going to get married in a month. I'm going to miss this scolding. Obviously, my in-laws are not going to, control us like, don't go and sit in front of the AC, don't do this and that. That only our parents do. It's my ritual that every evening I sit with my parents. I specially tell them the wrong things that I'm doing, the things that they have asked me not to do. Like you have, again colored your hair. You'll go bald by like after 20 years. You'll have no hair left on your head. You have done this and that. I love that scolding because that makes me feel that connection that as a child my dad was on tours, mom was busy working, I was in school till 5 o'clock, and at this point of time I'm reliving that. From the last 6 months, I'm doing is for dopamine is writing poems that's like helping me express my bottled up feelings, and immediately I feel very rewarded. First of all, reading the poem, that wow, I've written such a good poem. It's a self validation. It's wow, the lines are so nice and everything. It's self validation. Immediately you feel like this. And secondly, I'm spending time with my parents. I'm sitting down with them for tea, for coffee, and they are telling me that anything, any scolding or any reconnecting, we are reliving the moments that we have lived in our childhood. How I was very stubborn as a child, and it's giving me that nice dopamine. Instead of scrolling reels in the evening for till I sleep, and spending that time talking to my parents and how I was as a child and how much I have changed, how much I have grown, how my brother and I still fight like cats and dogs at home, and some things that never change. So these two things are my personal dopamine rituals that I do, and it makes me very happy the next morning. The thing that I spend time with my family, so the next morning I wake up feeling loved and cared for. So the validation here is that I am still loved, I am cared for, I'm getting the emotional support, I'm spending time with family, and I'm thankful to God that I have a family. I have this care, I have this surrounding and safety, the cushion, and the poem. Once I write a poem every day, it gives me the self worth feeling that I am still capable of writing good. I'm still capable of generating content, I'm still capable of creativity. So it makes me feel good about my worthiness.
Can I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
See, I'm a yoga teacher, okay? And yoga, as you know, plays on the body and the mind, and it releases the hormones also. So
Yes.
post practice of yoga and pranayama will give you happiness. What is the quantification or degree of the dopamine that gives happiness? Is it been quantified?
So dopamine is a hormone that cannot be quantified with normal, techniques until you take an injection from a psychiatrist, and they will take that test to see what are the levels of your happy hormones or the, feel good hormones, serotonin, dopamine, and they will give you a diagnosis that in your body, this is the hormone that is less. So unless and until we feel good about something, it cannot be quantified in numbers or technical techniques until it's tested. But yoga, of course, it releases good hormones, and we can immediately feel the effect after doing yoga for some time. Like for example, I do yoga in the evening, and immediately the physical effects I feel is that the my face feels very red. I really like putting the whole face feels very fresh and glowy. So that's a physical effect. And in the mind, I feel very, relaxed. So I know that my dopamine is released. I'm feeling very good about myself, physically and also mentally.
Second question is other hormones which are the oxytocin, serotonin, and all. Will it accelerate the happy hormones of dopamine? Will it accelerate? Many hormones get released up. Okay. Now, will it all these hormones, oxytocin, serotonin, and other hormones, will it accelerate the functioning level of the dopamine?
Yes, so if you're living a lifestyle which is like, if you start with a feel good activity in the morning, and if you have a session with your family that's making you feel loved. Loved is the hormone of feeling loved is serotonin, feeling good is dopamine, anticipation, feeling excited is adrenaline. All of these hormones, if all of these activities happen throughout the day, all the hormones will get accelerated. So at the same time, if your dopamine is hit at the same time, like from the morning to night, if your dopamine activities are getting constantly repeated, it will also release serotonin, oxytocin, and adrenaline in your body over time.
Thank you.
Wonderful. We have Dr. Alka who's just joined in, and since she's a practicing doctor and she talks a lot about dopamine and all these chemicals and hormones. The last word to you, Dr. Alka, before we close.
Oh, I'm so glad that I joined. I was traveling actually. I was trying my level best to get the link, but मुझे वो मिल ही नहीं रहा था रास्ते में. Anyway, I'm so happy, Shrijita. And that the topic that you have chosen is very wonderful, and it's very, very lagu today for the present generation and for all generations, because we're all so stressed out today, and we're living lives of, we perform because we are forced to perform in a certain way. But the topic you have chosen is really very beautiful. And I have only one word to say, that if you're living a life of contribution, if you're living a life of helping others, I'm just meeting a man and I'm coming who lives a life for other people, but the biggest beneficiary are we only. When we are helping others, we get maximum dopamine from our lives. And today, Shrijita and everybody, I want to just share with you that the younger generation, see, pehle Alzheimer's used to come at the age of 70, 80, and after that. Today, we are getting early Alzheimer's. We are getting early dementia. The reason for that is we are not happy. We are only stressed, performing, and overperforming, and we have become seminar junkies. And we are just taking, and we don't know what to do with what we have exactly.
Yeah.
So the point is that the chaos in our life, the clutter in our life is actually spoiling our health. Less of dopamine, less of all hormones. The biggest disadvantage is that our nerve cells are dying. Every time we have a
Right.
fight, every time we have an argument, every time we have chaos inside of us, our nerve cells are dying. So there is one carrot that I want to give to each and every one of you. If you don't want, it's very difficult to create nerve cells. Nerve cells can be created, the neurons can be created by good behavior, by happiness, by doing something that you like, by helping others, by contributing, and all of these things help in creating nerve cells. So if we are killing our nerve cells with the alcohol, with the smoking, with negativity, with the resentment, with bitterness, that is a perfectly no. Backbiting, दूसरों की बुराई करना, पीछे पीछे बोलना, आगे सामने से अच्छे रहना, वो सारी बातें अगर हम करते हैं ना, तो हमारे अंदर ही अंदर हम लोग क्लेश करते हैं, घुटते हैं, डोपामिन तो जीरो ही हो जाता है. Dopamine has gone for a walk actually. And then I'm just saying this because this has been backed by not only neuroscience but epigenetics. Epigenetics is showing that our telomeres are becoming smaller. The chromosomal structure is also changing. If we are behaving in a wrong way, then our telomeres are changing. So I'm saying that good that you try to become a happier person by saying good things. And I think in this whole group today, Deepak is one of that persons. He always he has a lot of cohesion. He enjoys to connect with people. He's always helping everybody. कभी भी phone करो दीपक को ना, he's always available. आज नहीं तो कल, 1 घंटे में तो he will always call back. And that helping nature makes you become a very, very happy person. And that's what I wanted to share today, that if you don't want your neurons to die, then be happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Alka. Thank you for the mention. Thank you. So on a Sunday afternoon, we are talking about dopamine and how to improve our lives and neurons and neural cells. And thank you everybody for joining in, staying till the end. We have actually passed our time. We close at 1:30. Today we are at 1:36 because we love to listen to what Srijata was saying, trying to understand from her experience as a neuromarketer, as somebody who was in advertising, as somebody who wrote poems when she was in 4th standard. I think, Payal, we should get Srijata again and talk about poetry and literature from these Bengali people. They're really, really good and we need to learn from all of them. Payal, officially closing, over to you.
Thank you everyone for joining us and removing your valuable time. See you all for the next episode of 255th Bloom Talk Show. God bless us all.
Thank you, Bloomberg. Thank you, Payal, for bringing all these wonderful, spectacular speakers on this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Srijata.
so
Bye.
much.
Very
Bye.
interesting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Namaskar, everybody.
Namaste.
Namaskar.
Bye.
Namaskar.